you smell what the controlled assets are cooking? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, gentlemen. Hammerhand, the MGTOW monk, back at you. One more again. Yo, man. Oh, let's talk about Dewayne, the Rock Johnson, and his presidential pick. And it's not about politics. I'm going to say that right now. This video is not about politics, who chose what and why they chose it. You have your rights here. You can pick and choose as you see fit. I don't think that Dewayne chose the Harris-Biden ticket because he enjoys Harris or Biden. I think that he chose that because he was instructed to. In my opinion. It's my opinion. You know, he's got some females in his life. He's got the overlord of the World Wrestling Federation controlling every aspect of his life. Now, he's paid handsomely to be a mouthpiece, but that's what he is. He's a mouthpiece. He's always been a mouthpiece. He's always been a predictable, reliable speaker, and that's not a bad thing. You know, I mean, gets invited to a whole bunch of events, does a whole lot of speaking. But is he a normal, regular old citizen? There's this story that goes around that he perpetuates, by the way. He tells the story. You know, when I left home to come to the WWF, it was blah, blah, blah. I only had about $7 in my pocket and nothing. And I made it. Hard work, determination, motivational video. You know, the bullshit that you say with a motivational video? Some of those motivational videos are awesome. But they're just videos if you don't live by them. Tells a story about how he left home with $7 in his pocket, and I'm paraphrasing here because, you know, I wasn't paying too close attention because I already knew that was bullshit. Dewayne Johnson had a family legacy installed in the WWF with Rocky Johnson. His father, King Maivia, you know, the Samoans. That's legit family connections. That's for real. These are all people that know one another and that are related to one another outside of the stories and the scripts of wrestling. When you have people that are putting you in what they used to call the power plant or any of the training circuits like OVW or All Valley Wrestling, Georgia Wrestling, Florida Wrestling, you know, and you get put on the minor circuit, obviously it's what you want to do and obviously you have to work for it. But do you have a leg up over the next guy? Because of your lineage, because of your heritage? Of course you do. Of course you do. You may have left home with $7 in the pocket, but you had a big, fat fucking safety net of money to fall onto if something stupid happened, or you didn't make it, or you couldn't cut it, or you were a mumble-mouth fucking marble swallower on the mic. And there's a lot of guys out there that wrestle their asses off. But you give them a fucking mic and they're like, I'm gonna get you. He's not one of them. He's not. On the mic, he has no rival on the mic other than perhaps, Steve Austin. The two of those fuckers in the Attitude Era, they were what made the Attitude Era, plain and simple. Plus the standby stalwarts, Undertaker, Hart, HBK, you know what I'm talking about. But for this guy to come out and choose to endorse publicly the Harris-Biden ticket, oh man, you know that that's not him. I know that it's not him, so why don't you? Well, Hammer, maybe he's just a Democrat, man. Well, they're not Democrats, man. They're not Democrats. Why would you choose them? Because the devil that you know the rest, right? The devil that you know is easier to work with than the devil that you don't. And obviously, Trump being Trump, he's got money friends, but he's digging into a lot of people's pockets. He's upsetting the apple cart. Dwayne Johnson has movie aspirations, right? He's obviously made a few, and not many of them were very noteworthy or memorable. I gotta say that. That wrestling persona does not translate very well onto the silver screen. And Vince McMahon is ass deep in movies, right? He's trying to get some of that Hollywood money, trying to bolster the fact that he's restarted the XFL again. I don't know if it's gone broke again, but we'll see. He's persistent, kind of stupid, but persistent. I don't know that I'd want to take 1 billion of my fucking 4 or 5 billion and flush it down the toilet again. But it is what it is. But that's just my opinion, gents. My opinion is that Dwayne Johnson is controlled opposition. He's a controlled asset when it comes to this pick. You know what I'm saying? I hate to see people get divvied up by race or sex and get played against their own people. But back in 15 and 16, when people were saying that Trump and the way that this thing has been run has changed politics forever, they weren't joking. You're never going to hear people be silent about this again. You're never going to hear people go to the voting box, just make their fucking vote, or see them go to the voting box, make their fucking vote, sit back, wait for the fucking results, and be happy with it one way or the other. I always used to take consolation in the fact that if the majority of the country saw it differently than I saw it, okay, then the country goes in the direction of the culture. It always has, and it always will. Politics and law, whether you believe it or not, are downstream from culture. Plain and simple. There is a hierarchy when it comes to the way that things are done. And it's where it starts in culture. Plain and simple. That's just what it is. Everybody knows that. I'm pretty sure everybody knows that. It starts with the individual, then it permeates through culture. Cheers. Couldn't start out with my water today, man. Actually, I shouldn't have even fucking bought that. I had a 2-liter in the fucking fridge and forgot. Went and got that last night before the live stream. Excuse me. He's got corona. Kill him. Oh, where's your mask? I think that's what's going on with all of these folks. Well, I know that that's what's going on with all of these folks, Just look at the 15 and the 16 I want to say 15 and 16 election because the election started right then. It started the second that old boy rolled down the escalator. You look at that, and you look at the shit that the Democrats tried to pull, right? What did the Democrats try to pull? Hillary was pulling out all the fucking stops as far as the entertainment sector was concerned. They paid Jay-Z and Beyonce $60 million fucking dollars for that last public concert that they held. $60 fucking million for those two clowns to get out there. No, rare. Oh man, this my girl Hillary. Come on, Queen. That was the fucking cringiest shit that I've ever seen in my life. It was the most forced, ridiculous absurdity that was put on television that whole year. Disgusting. Filthy shit. And they're doing it again. They're trying to bolster themselves and prop themselves up with celebrities and celebrity endorsement. You hardly ever see that on the right side of the Overton window. I'm not saying that you don't see it. What I'm saying is if any celebrity at all on the right side of that window exists, which there's a couple of them, they come out and they make a nice little polite, and this is my choice for president, and I hope that you see it that way too. So on November 3rd or 4th or 5th, get out there and vote and make your voice heard. Thank you. That's how they do it. They don't throw a $60 million smorgasbord for about 400 people in the audience. What do you get when you do that? You get all the fucking heffalumps. You get all the beggars. You get all the fucking losers. You get all the suckers. All the fucking free wanting shit. All the reparations crowds show up and they take, and then they leave. And they don't even go to vote. You would have figured these fuckers would have learned this lesson by now. I guess not. It's all good. It's just going to play out again here. Just a month or so. Not too far away. Woo, baby. It's going to be a hot time. No matter which way it goes, it's going to be a hot time. Now, I'm on the record as saying this. Enough about Dewayne Johnson. I'm on the record saying this. We get there to election time and Trump loses a fair election. I'm with it. Do you know why? Because it's the will of the people. At least I hope it's the will of the people. That's the only thing that keeps me up at night, man, is how often these things are being fucked with and fraud is just rampant in these elections. You always want to believe that it's the will of the people. I don't have too much confidence in that statement anymore. So that does give me pause. To me, it's just me wanting to see the country go in a particular certain way. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see the country go in a particular way. If the majority of people out here don't want that, it'll get down to it where they start to come to your house door to door, take your goddamn firearms, and you're going to see a whole bunch of people die. That's it. I'm not giving up my firearms. I'm not giving up my guns. I'm not giving up my rights. Plain and simple. You can't legislate them out from under me. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to allow it. So you only put up with it for so long. And then it's put up or shut up time. I put up. I don't fuck around. So gents, you lovely human beings out there, have yourselves a wonderful day. It's rainy and pissy out here, as you can see, and it's cold, and I got me a change of clothes in case it gets too cold out here today while I'm out on the road, and we'll see what we can see. If I can think of anything worth the shit, I'll put up another one a little bit later. Peace out, gents. Peace out.